products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
See this? This is water. Essential, irreplaceable. An average person uses 35 gallons of water daily, but sometimes we take it for granted. But what if, like during a hurricane, this faucet runs dry? That's why every household needs a water storage system. Imagine 3 days worth of water supply, always ready for emergency. And when you run low, nature's got your back. You can capture rainwater for use. And that's how you use nature's gift in a smart, sustainable way. So when service gets interrupted, you're not. Until our next flash of Nawasa wisdom, know your household needs and store a minimum of 3 days water supply. Stay Waterwise and see you next time.
This advertisement is in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
All right, yeah, that's one coming from Nawasa. Gotta say hello and welcome to one and all. It feels like it's Monday, but it's actually Thursday. We had a holiday yesterday being Wednesday, May Day. And so Thursday, it's going to seem like a short week. We're heading into Friday already tomorrow, God's willing. Hello to the first-time viewers. Hey to the people who are always here. We call you the usual suspects. Share the business with somebody. Don't forget, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments. So we give free credit all the time. So someone sharing we'll get some free credits, compliments to yourself. That lucky person might just be you. We are coming out of May Day celebrations. We're going to talk to you about that. All right. The month of the awareness for persons living with disabilities. All right, that's what we're going to be observing this month. What else we have to tell you about? St. David's kicks off the elections for the Parish Sports Council Executive. All right, shooting incidents on the first and second days of gun amnesty. We'll talk to you about that as well. training in Tanya production. If we have time, we'll talk to you about that as well. What else we have to tell you? Quite a few things. Andre Fletcher, in fact, our very own Andre Fletcher, continues to do well out there, playing for the West Indies A team out there in Nepal. They've been doing it really, really, really good. Andre's a hard hitter, the Spice Boy himself. Of course, we're going to talk to you about that. We got a notice from Nawasa as well, so keep it locked in. We're coming back right now. Don't forget, again, please share the program and give others an opportunity to see that we are live. We'll be back in a couple seconds. Stay right there.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Hey. So again, welcome to one and all to another Mikey Live program. Again, my name is Mikey Hutchinson. We are in the month of May. It is the month of awareness when it comes to people living with disabilities. We often don't see them much, so we don't think about them much when it comes to policies, and so we often forget that they exist, and they get excluded. And so that is why there are months like these, so that at least it raises our awareness, about people who are living with disabilities. All right, the Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, they are collaborating with the Grenada National Council of the Disabled. All right, on this occasion, this year's celebration, it places emphasis on the theme Transformative Solutions for Inclusive Development, the role of innovation in fueling an accessible and equitable world. Now, and so we can think about how we as individuals, and if we are involved in any organization or on a decision-making level, how we can do or use our position to make life easier for people living with disabilities. And it was just a couple of days ago I was having a conversation with someone, just recounting when it was a big thing. Not long ago, it was a big thing. The people used to go around on trucks, and I even got to learn for the first time who actually sang that song. Join hands together, show the world that we care. Reach out, you remember, to somebody, show the world all right? So, they used to go around, like just so we have the motorcades, and they used to go around the island and stop off in the main communities. They stop off in the towns, Guave, Grenville, Victoria, Saturs. You understand? And then they had the disabled people come out, and people assist them, and everybody in there. That was a big thing. It's gone now. It's gone. It's gone. And so probably it's time for us to aim to have this back, to reintegrate that sort of celebration and awareness within, our every living, at least for the month of May. Speaking of the month of May, the first day of the month of May this year, yesterday, was observed May Day. Of course, that's when you find the different unions go out, and they, it's kind of twofold. They celebrate their hard work, and then you would find that they're rallying for better working conditions, better pay, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, so that happened yesterday, boy, in St. Patrick. It was like a carnival-like atmosphere, placards, music, dancing, singing, picketing, rallying, and of course, I guess the workers had a wonderful time being out yesterday celebrating May Day. There was the usual placards with varying messages. Some of the placards demanding better working conditions. Some of them having double meanings. There were some very interesting posters out there. All right, check it out. And of course, remember that those matches are adjudicated, so it's like a match pass, and then they are going to declare winners at the end of during the celebrations, right? So that was done as well. So big up to those who, in fact, this was the Public Workers Union who won. I think their points were 437. They beat the GUT boy. GUT was just about 2 points behind, 435. All right. So big them up, big them up, big them up. All right. And the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union, they came in third.
What's the ready right now? We go. There we go. Alright. Tell you the fly to be the man. Put them in the air and start to wave them now. So. So where's the first one? Where's the struggle? Where's the struggle banner? Struggle banner. All right, you have to hold them high. Benefits banner. What I want is open it up. Leadership banner. We have to see some leaders. Lovely. We're looking good. We're looking real good. Where the other two banners? Where's banner? Where's the next one? Who have banner? Who hold up the banner?
All the whole of the banner now, whole of the banner, all the whole of the banner. The Prime Minister was present for a few moments, at least to greet and to mingle with some of the workers, at least letting them see that he is paying attention to what their plights are. All right, stopped to take a little, a picture, like a thing like that, Yep, smile for the camera. So that was the atmosphere yesterday. There were some very interesting speeches that were delivered as well. One of the noticeable ones was from Mr. Andre Lewis, who's the President General of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, who spoke of the current industrial climate.
Industrial climate, the private sector. The private sector, Comrade Juice Mason, who openly declared his support for the political party, and we always commend him for that, made an important observation, which is our observation, that it was under the NDC administration between 2008 and 2012, 13, that the vicious attack on workers' private and profit sharing started with the current Grenada Bureaus, when the workers were locked out for 60-something days. Locked out for 60-something days. And the government, in our view, and in our engagement with the government, seemed to have allowed the private sector to do as they like. Colleagues, I'll tell you, it appears as though that is every time the NDC is in office, the private sector feels emboldened to look to go after certain basic rights of the workers. Now we have Hubbards. Now we have Hubbards trying to take away the profit of CIW workers. We have Citizens Paints for the first time, represented by the Technical and Allied Workers Union, going after the workers' profit share that we represent. And I'll tell you, it is known, Grenada is small, that some of these private sectors may not necessarily be buddy-buddy with the government in terms of political parties. But what it speaks about is the class interest. It speaks about the class interest, that they do not see political colors, but they look at the philosophy of the government in office and determines when they can strike. So for instance, and I want you to think about the following. In November of 2022, when the brave and courageous workers of the Grenada Port Authority stood up in defense of their sister, who was terminated on the basis that she was not performing, for the first time in our recent history, the private sector organization wrote a press release calling on the government to intervene and force the workers back to work, to intervene and change the laws, some of the very said laws that the government is now speaking about, a unilateral attempt to change in terms of the dispute resolution process. And I could tell you that these that they speak about were advanced and many times fought for by the private sector. The hotels in the south, when the corporate lawyer was defending them, has been checking the government to make those changes. This is what they are trying to bring on the books. Because you know why? We have been told in the past that there are a number of foreign investors who are bypassing Grenada because workers are going on strike too easy. But I'll tell you, the fundamental difference between a slave and a free man is our ability to withdraw our labor.
All right, and that was the President General of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andre Lewis, speaking of the industrial climate. And of course, there was George Mason as well, who also spoke of one of the recent issues, being that of the current protest that is taking place at the Hubbards.
Paper from Little England came down, buy the majority shares in the company, and when they bought the majority shares, they didn't know there was an agreement between the union and the workers, and the union agreement was so generous. So from day one, they wanted to get rid of the profit sharing. But the workers, Jonas Brown and Hubbard's workers, are you in the house? Jonas Brown and workers, are you here? Thank God for these workers. These workers, brilliant strategists, brilliant analysts. They wrote to the company, informing the company, don't touch with pension. Pay us what the market say. So they wrote the company, sisters and brothers, the major shareholders in 1920, during the COVID-19, declared in their online blog that they lost over $25 million in sales because they have over 100 companies in 27 countries. But the workers in Hubbards in 2020 were able to get 3.2%, 3.2 months on profit sharing. So while the major shareholder lost money, Hubbards was able to pay workers 3.2 months in profit sharing. So those fellas realize that Hubbards is a good breast. It's a good breast to suck. So they want to suck the tete of Jonas Brown and Hubbards. They want to suck the tete. They want to suck the breast because that breast sweet. That breast walk in. That breast is stimulating.
Well, then I had to stop that. Oh, God. Okay, sir. So thank you very much, Mr. George Mason, as he shed some light. It's a long speech that he gave, with a lot of details. Of course, we don't have time to play that on our program, but there's a lot of things that he said, to shed some light on the current situation at Hubbard. He's not been saying much, we know that we see the workers protesting and stuff, but not much has been said. So he went in a little further today. What did you think about the May Day celebration this year? Quite a bit of people turned out again. So I hope that you guys had a lot of fun. All right, Olio. So we are moving on. So the next thing that we have to tell you about, all is in motion. That is for the start of the parish elections in the run-up to Grenada's National Sports Council, the first to be held today in St. David. I think by now it should have be wrapping up or something like that, right? So we've heard that some 30 persons contest for 7 positions on this in the parish of St. David to be part of the sports committee or the sports council there. All right. Now, the election on the executive committee takes place, was supposed to take place at 6 p.m. today. All right. The St. Andrew Parish Council will vote for its executive on Saturday, 4th May 2024, at the St. Andrew Methodist School. That will begin at 4 in the afternoon. All right. And so they're going around, and then they'll form a sports council. So they'll have the parish, and then they'll have a national. So I think that's good because we're doing good. We're doing good with regard to sports. You know what I mean? So we have to make sure we do the thing right. The Financial Intelligence Unit, the FIU, they are on a campaign of awareness and anti-fraud here in Grenada. Now, it's been widely published that many Grenadians are falling victim to online scams. People are putting their hard-earned money on the line. Their hard-earned money on the line. Listen, when you hear some of these stories that these people tell, it is just chilling. And so the FIU, they're asking people to be cautious. This time, when it comes to purchasing vehicle, they have compiled the PSA in the form of a 1-minute advert, or we could call it advert, but it's more or less a public service announcement.
Buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Thank you very much, guys. I think it's a really good production. Please be guided accordingly. And that just, they are focusing on the purchase of vehicle, but there are so many other things that apply just the same. All right. The Kingdom of Morocco, in pursuit of its commitment to fostering international cooperation, say that they are pleased to announce the availability of scholarships for students from Caribbean partner countries. These scholarships are intended to support individuals seeking to pursue their academic aspirations at Moroccan public universities, higher institutes, and the vocational training centers for the academic year 2024 to 2025. The selection process for these scholarships will be conducted in 2 phases. 1, pre-registration. During this initial phase, candidates will undergo pre-selection based on their academic performance in the first and second semesters of the first and second year of CAPE, or Associate's degree training. Now, the deadline for submitting applications for this phase is May 15, 2024. And then phase 2, confirmation. Following the availability of CAPE or associate degree examination results, a second phase of confirmation will occur, and the final list of successful candidates will be compiled. Now, the deadline for the receipt of these results is July 20th, 2024. Now, given that French is the primary language of communication in most Moroccan universities, successful candidates admitted to the AMCI scholarship will be required to undertake French language courses at the International Language Center, all right, in Rabat, and that's during the 2024 to 2025 academic year. Now, for more information, you can contact the Ministry of Education at 440-2757, extension 27106. Again, that's 440-2757, extension 27106. All right, what else we have to tell all you? 1 man is dead and 2 hospitalized from 2 shooting incidents, and that's according to police. The Royal Grenada Police Force say that they are investigating 2 separate shooting incidents which occurred at Frequenté St. George, resulting in 3 men sustaining injuries. The first of the incidents occurred around 11 p.m. on Wednesday, 1st May 2024, in which 1 man was shot. The victim was taken to the General Hospital for medical attention, where he was admitted as a patient. Now, the other incident occurred this morning, Thursday, 2nd May 2024, in which 2 men were shot. So that is 5 people shot in total? Huh? That's what you're saying? Both were taken to the General Hospital for medical attention, where one of the 2, a 34-year-old resident of Willis St. George, succumbed to his injuries. In other words, he died. 2 men are currently in police custody assisting with investigations into these matters. Now, the Commissioner and members of the Royal Grenada Police Force extends condolence to the family and friends of the deceased. So we hear that in the first incident, around 11 p.m. on Wednesday, that's on the first day of the gun amnesty. You understand? Okay, I think in terms of interpretation, which occurred at Frequenté St. George, resulting in 3 men sustaining injuries. The Royal Grenada Police Force, check it out, they're investigating separate shooting incidents which occurred at Frequenté St. George, resulting in 3 men sustaining. Well, so probably in totality, it's 3 persons, and not the first involving 3 and then the second involving 2. All right. I think that's what it's meant. That's what is meant here. All right. So on the first day of the amnesty, shooting. Second day of the amnesty, shooting. Based on what I'm picking up, it could be related. You know, although this didn't say directly that it was. But let's see. Nonetheless, we are hoping that all of these incidents will just start getting less and less, owing to the gun amnesty. I would contact the police early next week. I'll give it some days, and I'll contact them early next week to see how the gun amnesty is going. If they are getting people bringing in guns and so on, you know. Boy, oh boy. So anyway, it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating. Because little beautiful Grenada, you know, when our name gets called with regards to gun-related matters, it ain't pretty. Anyway, let's shake that off and go into something differently. Following hands-on training in root crops, extension assistants, all right, extension assistants assumed responsibilities for imparting this knowledge by conducting a training session for farmers in St. Mark. Now, this collaborative effort between the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIEP, and the Ministry of Agriculture aimed to educate farmers on best practices in Tanya production. Led by SIEP extension officers with support from the Ministry's Extension and Agronomy Division, a training preceded the distribution of Tanya plantlets to participating farmers. Now, it emphasized the new cultivation method, promising increased production from plantlets, said one of the facilitators of the session, SIEP Extension Assistant, Lindona Mark. Here's Lindona speaking of this.
Guidelines was provided in terms of site selection and preparation, planting, weed management, fertilizer and crop nutrition, how to identify the different disease, the way and ways to control it in terms of cultural practices, chemical and so on. And we show them a new technique within the Tanya production, which is a mini setting, where they can multiply, do some rapid multiplication of the planting material so you get higher yields and so on, and many more planting materials from that.
I didn't even know all these things was so methodical. Tongue twister. I didn't know it was so methodical. I thought, you just plant your thing, and you throw your water on it, you put a little bit of manure, and then it grows. But based on what they're saying here, there are different strategies that you can implement so that you can have better yields. Now, one of the participants, Dexter Warren, expressed his satisfaction with learning the new technique and eagerly anticipates the impact it will have on his own production.
The training, I believe, was an excellent chance to really get some expertise from the Ministry of Agriculture and from SIEP. I truly believe that what they did today really enhanced my knowledge of root crops. Actually, there were some things that I never knew. Actually, I realized that I can now produce much more as it relates to Tanya and other root crops just by using parts of the crops, especially the comb part, and I can make a lot of healthy crops by following basic procedures of sanitation as it relates to planting and so on and so forth.
Well, now you're alone, boss. Now you're alone. I tell you, I didn't know that it was so strategic. Now, Thursday's training represents just one of the many root crop training sessions organized by the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIEP, aimed at boosting production on the island with a particular focus on reducing reliance on imports. Kenley Edwards, the CSA coordinator at SIEP, further elaborates on this initiative.
We have realized that we import a lot of food crops out of St. Vincent, particularly Dasheen and Tanya, and there is a market out there for root crops. So through an initiative, we decided that we are going to try to introduce more of that to farmers so that we could become more self-sufficient and increase on our root crop productivity to get a better stable price on the market. So the whole idea is that we observe what is taking place in the marketplace, and we decided to, through this initiative, partner with the Ministry of Agriculture so that we could bring these trainings to farmers.
Thank you very much. That is appreciated. Now, we've been telling you about our very own...
Comrades,
not wrong. I'm going to give you Andre Fletcher, but Andre Lewis come up. We've been telling you that our very own Andre Fletcher, he is so good when it comes to cricket. You understand? That we have to celebrate him more. 85 runs out of 54 balls. This is amazing. And West Indies A cricket team today, they cemented victory in the 4th unofficial T20 match in the 5th game series against Nepal. Winning the toss and batting first, West Indies A registered 209 for 3. Andre Fletcher alone, Grenadian, contributed 84 out of that 209. You understand? Blasting left, right, and center people. You understand? He was not out. You see that little asterisk there? Means that he bat to the end. Nobody out him. That's what it means. So he bat to the end. 9 fours, 4 sixes. All just join me in giving Andre clap. Good guy. You understand? Never disappoints. Congratulations, bro. You did it. You know, you did it. We are moving. The National Water and Sewage Authority advises consumers from Confer through to Lida in the parish of St. George that due to damaged water main, that your water supply has been interrupted. And due to the nature of the repairs, restoration is scheduled for around 2 p.m. tomorrow, God's willing, Friday. So affected consumers, you're encouraged to utilize your stored supplies until the restoration of your water supply. You understand? They say they'd like to apologize for any inconveniences caused as a result of this. Now, I know Lida, I know Confer, I know certain places because sometimes when I drive in and I don't have nobody in the car, I put on a GPS, yeah? And then the lady just tell me all kind of thing. The lady just tell you where you're. You understand? Or at least Google Maps is going to show you where you are. So then you become familiar with the names of places. You understand? And the map is very accurate. Some people just come out from where they come out and say, hey, are there Google Maps here? What? Aren't we part of the world? Aren't we part of the globe? You know? So you don't expect us to, the thing is top of the top, just as how it works in the US or other parts of the world, it works for us. It tells you when there's heavy traffic in a particular area, all them things. You understand? So you could plan accordingly. You know? Hey, are they had a car here? Hey, what? All they going on? All they have that here and all they have this here? What do you feel we're living under a rock? Take all the time with us, you hear? Good. Anyway, all the share the business, we're coming back. I want to take a little break, drink some water in the program and come back. When we come back, all you know what time it is. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
See this? This is water. Essential, irreplaceable. An average person uses 35 gallons of water daily, but sometimes we take it for granted. But what if, like during a hurricane, this faucet runs dry? That's why every household needs a water storage system. Imagine 3 days worth of water supply, always ready for emergency. And when you run low, nature's got your back. You can capture rainwater for use. And that's how you use nature's gift in a smart, sustainable way. So when service gets interrupted, you're not. Until our next flash of Nawasa wisdom, know your household needs and store a minimum of 3 days water supply. Stay Waterwise and see you next time.
This advertisement is in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
This is the GIS Evening Report for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. I am Rikisha St. Louis. In the headlines, International Labour Organization commends Grenada for moves to improve local labour market. We'll have details to this story and more after the break.
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Welcome back. The government of Grenada has been commended for its efforts to improve the local labor market. A 5-member delegation from the International Labour Organization, ILO, has just concluded a mission to this country to assess the existing labor structure and to propose ways in which it can be improved to benefit employers, employees, and the economy. ILO brings together governments, employers, and workers' organizations to address work challenges, set and monitor international labor standards, and work with development cooperation partners on projects and programs to help realize the decent work agenda. Director of the ILO Decent Work Team and Office for the Caribbean, Dr. Johnny Musabayana, told the GIS that interventions by government augurs well for great improvements within the labor market. Dr. Johnny highlighted some of the key findings of the mission.
The labor market is vibrant. It is a means for transforming the lives and livelihoods of many working people. However, in that task, there is work to be done. The first that has struck me is first that your labor market laws need to be updated. There were extensive efforts in 2015-16, which unfortunately were left at draft stage. I pledge the support of the ILO to assist the current administration to see this legislative work through. I've been briefed on the ongoing work by the administration on pension reform, on tackling the challenging issue of temporary work, on contract work, and these are things that we commit ourselves to support.
According to Dr. Johnny, Grenada's labor-related concerns are not unique, but every country in the region experiences the same inconsistencies. However, it is the aim of the ILO to work toward getting every labor market in the region on the same level.
In this region, the country that has the highest ratification is around 50, and the country with the lowest number of ratification is around 10. You are at 34, so you are just above the middle, if that is a basis for comparison. But then it doesn't stop there. I would like to work with the whole region. I'm happy you raised the region because you are indeed a regional market. I think hardly many investors would come only to Grenada or only to Barbados or only to Bahamas. They come to invest in the whole region and service the region. And therefore the labor market in the whole region must be largely in alignment. And in this regard, the free movement decision that has been made by the heads of state of CARICOM is going to work towards making this region a much more integrated labor market region. And that therefore speaks to the need for your legislative environment around the whole region to be at par. And in this regard, there's at this point too many discontinuities that we hope we can support the region to address.
Discussions centered on the provision of technical support by the ILO to Grenada in occupational health and safety, public employment services, international labor standards reporting, labor market information, and labor inspection. Labor and Consumer Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Claudette Joseph, said as a government they will work to fulfill the recommendations made by the organization.
Occupational safety and health in the workplace, and that applies across the board, ensuring that workers have decent and safe spaces to work. And so that's one area in which we're going to get some technical support. They've pledged that. We also have LMIS, labor market information systems, where proper data is collected and used appropriately to strengthen and improve the labor force and the labor market, and also to guide, because having proper employment statistics helps governments in terms of what programs and policies to pursue, and how we can best improve our economic situation by pursuing programs and policies in terms of education, health, what have you. Yeah, you understand? So That we will get some technical support on. There are other areas that we are going to be leaning on the ILO for support. Finalizing our dispute resolution mechanism as we improve and enhance on the labor code. We will take steps to bring the 2016 Act, which was passed in the Parliament but never brought into force.
The mission was held from April 29th to May 2nd. The team of technical specialists met with Labour Minister Senator Claudette Joseph, Permanent Secretary Anna Brizan, Labour Commissioner Mrs. Parker Grenade Courtney, members of the Labour Advisory Board, Grenada Trades Union Council, Grenada Employers Federation, and the National Insurance Scheme and Statistics Office. Work on the construction of 2 bridges along with gaps and curb walls are soon to recommence in the Annandale-Willis area. That's according to Parliamentary Representative for St. George Northeast constituency Honourable Ron Redhead. He spoke with the GIS during a site visit on Thursday. The project has been on hold for some time due to design issues and financial challenges by the contracting company. And Senator Redhead says his government has been working assiduously to get the project completed. MP Redhead says to find the right solution to resolve the many issues facing the project, a walkthrough was held with officials from the Ministry of Infrastructure and the contractor. The completion of the construction of the bridges and road network is of critical importance to government and residents.
To ascertain what are some of the low-hanging fruits that we would decide on and prepare the scopes of works for them, get them done so that we could deal with some of the pavement and deal with the bigger problem, which is the bridge right here, and to be able to resolve this problem once and for all so that residents and pedestrians and commuters could be able to pass in peace.
Parliamentary Representative Redhead says on May 3rd, the Ministry of Infrastructure is expected to provide an update as to the findings as a result of the walkthrough and meetings held with the contractor, as well as the identification of all subcontractors who will be engaged by government to have the work completed.
On Friday of this week, we are going to ensure that we get the update from the Ministry of Works. They will provide us with the updated scopes of works to finish people's driveways, gaps, etc. The next step would be to identify all of the subcontractors, and the government of Grenada will take on the responsibility to liaise with them through the original contractor and to ensure that this work of people's gaps, driveways, are all completed within the shortest possible time.
The redesigning of the scope of work and addressing an emerging sewer issue in the area was also addressed.
That's a critical part of it. We expect that to be more long-term in terms of the entire project, because the challenge that we had from day one, which was reported, is that the designs did not supply specific measurements. So often things were done, which in my view, if you don't have the measurement, I don't know why you dug it up, but things were done and unfortunately helped to create the overall challenge that we are faced with. I think what is good is that so far we've made good on our promise to ensure that we resolve this problem. So the sewage problem higher up the road, which occurred throughout the commencement of this phase of the project, we were able to resolve that completely. We are in the process to work with the private landowner to ensure that we repair the septic tank completely so that you would not have a relapse of this problem. And I want to thank the private sector, Southern Waste, which assisted us greatly to be able to resolve this matter at a speedy time.
The first order, according to Parliamentary Representative Redhead, will be to have the gaps and curb walls and box drains completed, then revert to the 2 bridges. We will be back after the break.
Stomp out careless or intentional bushfires, dead out. Youths, hunters, smokers, let's prevent bushfires. Here's why.
Yeah, bushfires. The shoreline's wet, crops should be bushfires. Can't eat the food, scarcity, threatened biodiversity, cause water shortage, water calamity. Bushfires, watersheds deplete, water quality, threaten property, life and security. Bushfires set intentionally, water insanity.
Bushfires can cost millions in losses annually and are often caused by careless or intentional actions indictable under the law. Forests are life-giving. Save them. A message from the Fire Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and the Caribbean Open Trade Support.
Welcome back. Grenada's Minister for Labour, Senator Claudette Joseph, has reaffirmed her government's commitment to advance the lives of workers. She was addressing the annual Labour Day celebrations in St. Patrick on Wednesday.
To my comrades in the labour movement, this administration takes the opportunity to congratulate you on a theme well chosen and to reaffirm our commitment to working with you to build and advance the lives of workers of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The theme recognizes your sterling contribution to our nation since independence and reflects the current atmosphere of stability, peace, hopefulness, and optimism, which allows us to confidently look forward with vision and purpose. And we would like to keep it that way. To the workers of this nation, past and present, we thank you for your service to Grenada, especially in the last 50 years. The government is proud to say that we continue to stand for you in ways that no other administration has done in the past.
The celebrations featured a march through the street of Sauteurs from the MacDonald College and proceeded to the Fur Recreation Ground, St. Patrick. They were guided by the theme, recognizing Labour's contribution to nation building over the past 50 years as we move forward with renewed vision and purpose. The May Day celebration was also graced with the presence of cabinet ministers and the director of the International Labour Organization Decent Work Office in the Caribbean, Dr. Johnny Musabayana. Union leaders Brian Grimes and Jude Bartholomew commended the government of Grenada for some positive moves that they have made.
The past few months have borne fruit in that new members of our bargaining units, state-owned enterprises like the Grenada Postal Corporation and the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center have received salary increases for the first time in 7 years. This reality is a reflection of the importance of trade union representation.
I must put on record here today our deepest appreciation and gratitude to this administration, the man with a big and generous heart for teachers, workers in the labor movement, the poor working class peoples, the ordinary men and women of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, this present Prime Minister and his cabinet, for all the love and all the things that they have done for teachers and for the working class people of this country to improve our standard of living.
Here are some highlights of the Union March. The Public Workers Union captured first place in the March past with 437 points. They were followed by the Grenada Union of Teachers in second position and the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union in third. Grenada is among 4 countries in the OECS benefiting from a $10 million grant from the Global Partnership for Education, aimed at increasing access to and improved student learning in basic education through the OECS Program for Educational Advancement and Relevant Learning, OECS Pearl. There are 4 main components of the OECS Pearl, one of which is enhanced quality and equity of access for early childhood education and special education. The national coordinator for the OECS Pearl in Grenada is Dr. Astra Mackenzie. She explains the work being done by the OECS Pearl in early childhood education.
From the ECE point of view, what we are seeking to do right now is to upgrade some ECE spaces and to provide resources in those spaces. That's something we're doing in 5 of the preschools. So we'll be procuring equipment and devices, furniture, that kind of thing, because we want to make sure that we equip those schools to be able to provide quality education to those communities. Now, when we reflect on the aims of the project, which is to increase the access to quality, we have to be grateful, at least in our context, that generally people have access to preschool education. What we are focusing on in Grenada is to make sure that we give them access to quality. So we are focusing more on quality. Some other member states are focusing on actual access. They didn't have sufficient public access, so they are providing access. That's not a challenge for us. So we are supporting, enhancing quality. On the other hand, while I'm saying yes, we don't have a challenge with access per se, we do have some schools, some communities where we have the children generally migrating and going elsewhere to school. So we are supporting schools in the hope that parents will want to have their children stay in the schools in their communities. That's something that we hope that will happen as well.
Dr. McKenzie also notes that training in special education for early childhood teachers has occurred and that a common thread throughout all the components is teacher professional development.
You're aware that we facilitate an annual ECE forum.
Yes.
Yes, so it's an opportunity for ECE leaders to come together to learn about and tackle issues that they're passionate about. So this year we focused on special education needs. They had some concerns about supporting students with autism in their spaces. And not just Grenada, the 4 countries had that concern, so it was something that was tackled this year. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they get a chance to do that. They will also benefit from teacher professional development. And you'll find that professional development is a common thread through all of the components. It's an opportunity for us to build the capacity of teachers because we want to help them to be able to provide child-centered education in their spaces. That's critical to this project.
Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada have been reaping the benefits of the OECS Pearl project since the launch of the 4-year initiative in 2021. The OECS Pearl champions the goal of the OECS education sector strategy, which is every learner succeeds. That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for today. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Thank you very much, Rakisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. And of course, we now head over to the Met Office for the weather. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be mostly fair and breezy with few partly cloudy spells accompanied by brief isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius. Winds east, southeasterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Heading over to Friday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, increasing in cloudiness after midnight with few showers. Max temperature 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 26. Winds east, southeasterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. That's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Heading over to YouTube, saying hello to the folks who are there. Arthur Langaim, Catherine, Celine, Suzanne, Laverne, Mom, Richard, Marcus, and everyone else, hello. We are now over to Facebook. Angel, Java and the sharing committee, how you guys are doing? Blessings to you, Bernadette. Who? Ulukawimi? No. Uluwakemi? Trying to time you up. Barbara, Joseph, Bernadette again, Jacinta, Michelle, Rejoice, Mally. Who else? Everybody else. Everybody who's on there. All right, Yvonne, Angela, Cynthia again, Suzette. Hey. Kireen, how are you doing? Bermuda, hello to you. And everyone else. Maria, hello to you as well. Musa, Miko, Selma, and everybody else. I'm saying hello to you. Take care of yourself and your family. Hazel, all right, and Diana, and everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God's willing, same time, same place. Don't forget to share the business. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No. Take care, guys, and we'll touch base again, all right? God bless you and the family.
Thank you.